Today we have a brand new musical and something new for a classic musical.
And we talk with the leader of one of our town's oldest theater companies.
Hi, I'm Jerry Kowarski.
And I'm Bob Wilcox.
Come with us to the theater and we'll tell you what we've seen from our 2 seats on the aisle. Gary F. Bell and Robert L. White waited years for the premiere of their new show, Spellbound, a musical fable. They had to wait a half hour longer than they expected on opening night at Stray Dog Theater. The Tower Grove Abbey had a power failure that afternoon, and when we arrived, so many people were waiting outside, I thought we might have come upon a fire drill. Happily, the power was restored at about 8 o'clock. As the Amarin truck rolled down the driveway, the driver received a hearty round of applause, and with theatrical flair, he stopped and took a bow. The opening performance was remarkably polished in spite of the delay. Spellbound still needs work, but it was definitely ready for its first outing. The main character is a young woman named Arabella who was treated with contempt by her stepmother and her 2 stepsisters. If you detect more of a similarity between Arabella and Cinderella than just the last 2 syllables of their names, you're right. But as the renaming of the main character suggests, this is a free adaptation. One change is that magic plays an even greater role than in the traditional story, as indicated by the name Spellbound. Arabella's stepmother isn't just wicked, she's a witch who plans to use her powers to gain position and power for herself and her daughters. A change I especially liked is that Arabella contributes more actively to the happy ending than Cinderella does. In Act 2, Arabella goes off into the jungle on a successful quest for the teeth of a Bengal tiger. She isn't just a passive recipient of a charming prince's favor. The prince is a self-absorbed lout who doesn't deserve Arabella until she spurs him on to reach his true potential. The dress Arabella needs to go to the great celebration isn't just given to her. The fairy godmother's gift is inspiring Arabella to act on her own behalf. Arabella makes that dress herself. I think Bell and White have made Arabella a better role model for young women than her traditional counterpart, but I'm surprised that Arabella waits for the prince to find her after her abrupt departure from the carnival. At this stage of her personal development, I'd expect Arabella to do more than just leave breadcrumbs, as she puts it. Perhaps the ending is a place where Bell and White can do some trimming. With 2 intermissions and a running total of nearly 3 hours, Spellbound is too long for a family-friendly show. My main concern about this production is the sound and the reverberant acoustic of the Tower Grove Abbey. It can be difficult to make out sung words when the voices are amplified. Not catching all the lyrics is a real problem when they advance the story as much as they do in Spellbound. I thought Stray Dog came up with the ideal way to do musicals in the Abbey when they presented Urinetown without amplifying the voices, but the company doesn't seem to agree. In most respects, however, director Bell's staging supports the script and the excellent cast very well. Meadow and Guy is sweet and plucky as Arabella, and she sings beautifully. Chris Tipp is appropriately full of himself as the prince and the Bengal tiger and demonstrates convincing growth as the prince. Deborah Sharn is a hoot as the wicked stepmother, as are Maria Bartolotta and Eileen Engel as the stepsisters. Their broad approach to the comedy is right for these meanies. Sharn is a powerhouse in her songs, as is Paula Stoff-Dean, is the equivalent of the fairy godmother. Dean is part of an appealing older couple along with Zachary Stefaniak, who plays the concerned father of the underachieving prince. Stefaniak is also the choreographer of energetic dances that sometimes spill out into the audience. Patrick Kelly is aptly put upon as Arabella's spellbound father, but I couldn't help wondering how a diffident fruitmonger became the husband of a powerful witch like the stepmother. The high points of the show include The musical numbers by Tyler Cheatham as a magical spirit and Kimmy Kidd as a flamboyant jungle bird. Michael A. Wells and Corey Frayne make the most of their comic roles. There's impressive work in Rob Lippert's set, Engel and Bell's costumes, Tyler Dino's lighting, Justin Bean's sound, the wig styling by Priscilla Case, and the playing of the band under musical director Chris Peterson. Spellbound has potential, and I hope seeing this production helps Bell and White make the show better.
Yeah, I think, as you were saying, it could probably use trimming some. I hope they find, I think one thing this show probably would need is a little more charm. It should be a charming piece, I think, more than I found it this time. But on the other hand, there is some charming music and performances, so let's hear some of the music from it.
When the room starts jumping, you're rock and roll.